another episode.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another. Oh Lord, don't tell me it's gonna be that type of night. No camera. No, don't tell me we doing this again. Can y'all see me? No, not again. Not again. Oh my gosh, bro. What is happening? Okay. Let me try one thing to see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll do the same thing that we did last time, which is reset my computer or restart my computer. So let me stop the mic and camera real quick, bring it back, and then we'll see what happens. All right, I just cut the mic off, cut the camera off. It's back on. Can you see me or hear me? If not, then I'll go ahead and hit the Oh, no camera still. All right. Only can hear me. Okay. Let me restart my computer. Only has J. Man, I don't know what's happening, man. This is crazy. Let me restart my computer and I'll be right back. Okay. What about now? Restarted my computer. Restarted everything. Give me a yes, no, thumbs up, thumbs down. Camera is on. Okay. We back now. We back. Are you gonna talk about the latest Candace and Baron? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in general. I did not watch Baron today or yesterday. I talked about Candace though. But thank y'all for waiting. More technical difficulties, but we are clearly back. I don't know what's going on at all. Never happened outside of that last time too, so I really don't know um how to fix that at all. But clearly we are, the right people are listening, because I don't know what's going on. But like I said before, if I didn't say it already, welcome back to another episode of the Daily Yappisode 35, I believe. I appreciate y'all for joining. Make sure you guys hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, hit the sub button. We're on the road to 23K, and I appreciate all the support along the way. Obviously, we got a lot to talk about. And it's just so many things going on. Tyler Robinson apparently we talked about this a little bit. Tyler Robinson was denied. His team filed a motion to remove the death penalty off the case. That motion was denied, so the death penalty is still on the case. He has his preliminary hearing coming up, supposed to be next week. Apparently, the Kirk family, including Erica and his parents, Charlie's parents, apparently they are going to be at the preliminary hearing. This is like their first appearance at any of Tyler Robinson's things. So, that will be very interesting. So more evidence is supposed to start coming out and all of that. And then obviously y'all seen in the thumbnail, Ali Top Files has released, or I forgot what the photographer's name is. We'll end up coming across his name. Ended up releasing more photos from the SUV that Charlie was transported into the hospital. So we'll get to as well, with also a lot of other things to yap about. And if there is anything at all that you guys want to yap about that I end up missing, that you really want to chop it up about, don't be afraid to put it in the comments. Do whatever, you know what I mean? If you need a topic to be talked about, we can do that, because obviously I can't hit absolutely everything, but I do my best and I try to. So first and foremost, I do want to hit on Donkey of the Day. You always got to. You always have to hit on Donkey of the Day just to start the day off right, with a little bit of humor as well. So first and foremost, Donkey of the Day. This person, have they been Donkey of the Day before? Absolutely, probably so. Let me see. Did I see Lauren Peretra? Charlie Kirk's widow is selling the unthinkable at 826. Is selling a chest shot freedom shirt. Love to hear your thoughts. I have not seen that. I'll definitely pull it up for sure though, because I have not heard or seen that. Remind me, because I got a couple of tabs pulled up and I don't want to X out of them. So let me see. Lauren. Okay. I'll try to remember that. I got it pulled up on the side. But yes, y'all know we got Donkey today. Let me see some of y'all comments first. Is the parents sit with Erica? That's even wilder. Absolutely. Because I don't know, man. It's so strange. It's so hard to figure out these people. Sometimes it just doesn't feel. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sometimes it feels weird. Like these people don't seem real. That their actions and human responses are off. All of them. It's hard to pick up on what's going on. So yeah, Charlie and Charlie's parents and Erica are going. All the article said is that, or the headline said that they will be there. It didn't say anything about them going together. So it's not the craziest thing to see both of them in the same headline. But I know some people ran with it. I think I saw Lisa run with it and was like, see, I told y'all. I'll probably pull that up. Being like Charlie's parents and Erica had a great relationship. They're going to the preliminary hearing, together and all that other stuff. And it's like, it didn't say that, but they are going to be there at the same time because it is an event that involved someone they have in common. So we'll see. It will be odd though if they go and they sit together. I think that will, they'll tell us everything that we kind of been trying to figure out for the last couple of months involving that entire dynamic. So we will see. How about TPUSA hired Andrew Wilson? I saw that. It's getting weird. I saw Andrew Wilson also going at Barron a little bit about some stuff. Sorry I had to deal with this, Jay. We appreciate you. I appreciate y'all for holding it down. Because yes, I am not the top tier podcaster. I'm coming up in the world, but I do have a lot of different flaws in my game. And I do my best to try to navigate through it all with my solo production team that's also behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, in front of the mic. I try to do my best. Without further ado, Donkey of the Day. I haven't even got to see this myself yet, but I can't wait to watch it together with y'all. I tend to like to do that more, which is like blindly watch stuff that I know I want to watch, but I'd rather watch it together. But apparently this person, her name is, let me pull it up. Her name is Chloe Ann. And she put together a compilation of Gary basically rejecting the original narrative of the Charlie Kirk story early on. And I know for a fact he has done that for sure. So even if this whole video is not, I don't know what's going to happen out of this whole video, but I know he has done it. So I'm curious to hear Gary's position before he got all that money, because now we know that Gary is for sure a Fed. And Graham Allen, I think, is also going to be Donkey of the Day. I will get to him as well because he snitched on himself by saying that he used to work for the Department of War. So I just don't know what's going on in the world right now. Everything does seem very staged. Everybody somehow is all connected. It's just mind-blowing to me. I mean, you know, I talked about Stu Peters a little bit last week, and I won't go too deep into him right now. But like him, Blake Neff working for him, and then Blake Neff was working for Tucker Carlson, and Blake Neff was working for Charlie. Everybody is connected. It's crazy. So, I don't know, but let's see what Gary had to say early on in the Charlie Kirk investigation. Whoa, don't give me no music now. Don't give me no music. I can't do no copyright.
Kind of excluding the idea that it's a direct shot from 200 meters from a round the size of a 30-06 round. I don't think that's a possibility.
No, I think we're in agreement. No, I think that's fair. I mean, I do have a footage where a guy shot a ballistic dummy in the face, and again, the whole ballistic, it moves, but nothing happens to his shirt. I can't explain that. I don't know that. And again, my other big problem with all of that is, well, why don't we see an exit wound? This is exactly the amount of blood that I would expect to see. The guy doing hemorrhage control, doing the wound packing, he's going to have blood on his hands. He's going to be down there on his knees. He might even have had Charlie's head in his lap while he's doing the wound packing. You know, the idea that there's going to be blood everywhere is just nonsense. I just don't see it being plausible that there's no exit wound if it is a straight through the neck shot. I have a hard time explaining that. You know, given the situation. Now, if we go back to the idea that this was a direct impact to the neck from the alleged position of the shooter, you're looking at this pork butt. We have rounds that have significantly less penetrating power and less energy, and they're going right through that no problem. Given how little bit of material that we have, it's not going to be much thicker than that pork butt, and definitely less dense. You're probably talking about a round penetrating 4 to 6 inches before we hit the vertebrae. So even if it hits the bone, I would expect to see an obvious and significant exit wound with again, lots of fluid, very obvious. And
really, bro?
So again,
really? That's interesting because I think Donkey of the Day the other day was also Gary, and he was trying to tell us all that 3,000 pounds of force was the reason for his necklace flipping around. Literally just the other day. It was I forgot which episode it was, Yappisode it was, but he was Donkey of the Day trying to tell everybody how it's easy. It's easy on why the necklace flipped around. He was trying to debunk the microphone theory. And he was like, the necklace flicked around because the 30-06, it was 3,000 pounds of force, and it hit his neck, and that caused his necklace to flip around. That's it. 3,000 pounds of force. That's just gonna explain just a little necklace flipping around. Okay, bro. But here he's talking about smaller rounds and what they're capable of doing. See, this is before the check, though. This is before the check. So that's how y'all know the check must be good. Because before the check, I'm getting educated on something by Paramount Tactical. He's educating me on tactical gear lessons, whatever it is. I'm learning something right now. What he's doing right now is diabolical, but that goes to show you that these folks take a check. Whatever that amount was that Candace released, it was like 6 figures. Oh my goodness. I already told y'all, I think obviously Turning Point USA don't like to get their hands dirty. So they pay Department of War paying, or was it War? Defense, I think. Oh yeah, I think they changed it to Department of War. They paid Gary, and then I think Gary is breaking bread with Lisa. So then Turning Point USA is technically not doing nothing.
We have some strange things here going on for sure, and understand the confusion and people, including myself, trying to come up with an explanation of what's going on. But I have no other explanation of why we see a larger entrance wound than we should. We see his head go back. We don't see an exit wound. It's pretty tough to explain.
So like I've been extremely disappointed with the FBI under Cash Patel. I mean, we thought
he said it's extremely. That's the crazy part. He said it's extremely tough to explain, but now he has the perfect explanation for it. And it's not like we learn new things. It'd be totally different if more evidence came out and we were like, okay, we haven't really learned much. I know they're claiming that it went C6, all this other crazy stuff, but we haven't really learned much that goes against the physics of a 30-06 hitting that part of the neck. There's nothing that came out that was like, oh, now I see why this one-off situation happened. We didn't get that at all. But now Gary is literally on the internet saying that, oh, MLK was shot with a 30-06. Now he's doing that now. It's crazy work.
we'd see some accountability. We thought we'd see some answers, and I see more obfuscation and just, I feel like more smoke being blown up our ass. At least the Biden administration was like, F you, we're not showing you anything. This one's like, hey, we'll show you, we're going to tell you everything, and then, release a bunch of shit that's already been seen. So,
all right, so I'm just going to go ahead and address this right up front. I think right now with the
I don't know why it's small, so forgive me.
Evidence that we have a picture of a 30-06. We have the charging documents that you can see right here. The charging documents clearly outline the fact that what they have is a 30-06. They have DNA from the 30-06. I think that the FBI has confirmed that it is a 30 caliber round. It's actually pretty easy to confirm. But I think what we are going to see is that the bullet has been matched to the gun, and then we obviously have the gun matched to Tyler Robinson, indeed making him the shooter. And if that match doesn't link up, then prosecution doesn't have a case, and I don't think they would move forward with this if they didn't have a case. So I think there's a lot of evidence we obviously haven't seen. I know there's a lot of evidence that we haven't seen. Here we are right here. He's talking. This is just moments before any shots are fired. And one of the things that you couldn't tell, or I couldn't tell from the initial video, is the fact that he is clearly wearing body armor. I want you to look at this outline. Without a doubt, he is wearing body armor. Now, there's lots of different types of body armor out there. It is very easy to conceal, even under something like a t-shirt. When we see an entrance wound from a firearm, we normally don't see such a large hole there with the entrance wound. We just don't. When skin is pierced, whether it's a projectile or anything else, that stuff stretches out of the way, then it closes back in on itself. It's hard to see a entrance wound at all, especially with 5.56, 9mm. A lot of times you got to stretch the skin. There's techniques that we use when we're assessing casualties.
yeah, and I've actually had people message me on X saying the exact same thing, that are close to his team at least and do know Charlie. So the exact message I got from this guy says, Charlie wears his plates pretty much all the time now. I've heard Erica insist, but he refers to his favorite vest as being stealth, whatever that means.
Bro, I've never seen Charlie Kirk wear a bulletproof vest to his events. What are you talking about, bro? And that's a great. I seen that in the chat. Somebody said, "What day did he flip?" That might be a little deep dive to see if you can see when his content completely took a 180. So that's a great question. I'm curious myself because it might line up with that contract, or at least in that same ballpark. I'm seeing people talk about this this shirt. So I mean, I might as well just check it out to see what, because y'all are piquing my curiosity on whatever y'all are talking about. Let me see. Millicent Sindra wearing a freedom shirt with supposed gunshot wound. Let me check. Any of y'all got X? Can you send it to me on X while I got to pull it up? That would be very helpful if you can. I could just pull it up right here in front of me on X. TikTok's kind of, I gotta get my phone, which is on live. Millicent Sindra. If you're not following Lauren, you should be. She does great work. The fact that no one grabbed Millicent Sindra before she walked on stage. Oh, okay, I think this was what y'all talking about. I'm gonna just watch this clip right here. Let me see. All right, okay. Let's see what y'all talking about.
Because remember how I mentioned the grift, the ultimate. Because remember how I mentioned the grift, the ultimate grift, the most disturbing grift. I'm not going to soften it because they didn't.
Charlie Kirk, he wasn't a martyr. He wasn't killed for Christ. He was killed because of his views on
What's up with these music, man?
transgenderism. But
Oh, hold on. What? The shirt with the bullet wound and blood leaking? What is she doing?
in 30 AD, the
Bro, I need to hear what she's saying, but I can.
same people would have said John the Baptist, he wasn't a martyr. He wasn't killed for Christ.
What is she? First off, I don't even know who this is. Is she a pastor or something? Regardless, what, bro? What? I have never in my life seen somebody do this before.
He was killed because he went to the king and told him to repent of his sexual morality.
Is that a Charlie Kirk after being pew-pewed costume? Is that being sold by Erica Kirk? I need you guys to remember that a man was actually killed. Very, very graphic. You guys to remember that being sold by Erica Kirk.
I need to. Let me see. Charlie Kirk freedom shirt for sale. I mean, ain't it crazy that I gotta type up Charlie Kirk freedom shirt with a bullet in it, with a bullet wound for sale? Freedom hit by a bullet. Charlie Kirk bullet wound. I don't know. Is it on eBay? Oh, that's a little different. Look at it. Look at this. I just found. This is a little different than hers, but like, what? I mean, anybody could have put this on eBay, so I'm not accusing anybody, but like, that is crazy. All right, let me go back to what she's saying.
Pew-pewed costume? Is that being sold by Erica Kirk. I need you guys to remember that a man was actually killed. Very, very graphic slaughter. And this is Melissa Fent Cedra. She's an Australian preacher and runs a ministry with her husband, Martin. She looks like she's 14. It's very weird. Why does she look so young? Here she is on the Make Heaven Crowded tour while wearing a white Freedom shirt styled, soaked in blood. And this is what I need to say. Now I'm tapping back into my former career that's on hold brain. That is a licensed Charlie Kirk shirt. I am sure of it. That is the logo. This is their event. You do not wear bootleg merch on stage at a ticketed tour that you're being paid to speak at. This is sanctioned. They are testing it. This is a trial run. They are going to be producing these. They're not on the website yet. We can scroll on through and take a look. They are not there yet. I checked as of this morning, not there yet. But you can get a lot of other things. You can get a conservative girl t-shirt. You can get facts over feelings. You can get baby stuff, America the Beautiful. You could get Charlie Kirk walking into heaven pictures. You guys, no wonder they don't want history books. This type of shit is not going to age well. This is not a weird fan in a garage. This is a trial run. And here's the timing. Again, we are less than 10 days out from the preliminary hearing, July 6th through July 10th. Going to have cameras in the courtroom. This is going to be the most.
I want to see if she got a logo on the side of her shirt.
That is the logo. This is their, I'm sure of it. That is a licensed Charlie Kirk shirt.
Ooh,
I am sure. I'm tapping back in on the Make Heaven Crowded tour while wearing a white Freedom shirt styled, soaked in blood. And this is what I need to say. Now I'm tapping back into my former career that's on hold brain. That is a licensed Charlie Kirk shirt. I am sure of it. That is the logo. This is their event. You do not wear bootleg merch on stage at a ticketed tour that you're being paid to.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see they probably don't have a logo on there, but I agree. She's speaking at a Turning Point USA event. There's no way. And on top of that, even if it wasn't a Turning Point USA event and somebody wore this, Turning Point USA would be pissed. Like if they didn't create this shirt and somebody just randomly did this and they was on stage doing that, they would be sick. They would be pissed. We get a statement from Andrew Kovac by tomorrow when he can't address nothing else. But he'll come out and address this by tomorrow if somebody else did this on their own. So I agree. I mean, I 100% for sure believe that Turning Point USA created that. But that is sick, bro. I mean, this just goes to show you, like, these folks really did. It appears to look like a sacrifice to me because you got to think about all the things that they cased up and sold off in Charlie's name, right? The bloody microphone, put it in a case. The tent, put it on display. Come take a picture under the tent. See what it feels like to die. It's crazy. Like, the shirt, regardless of the bullet wound, everybody rocking the Freedom shirt is just like, remember, y'all, they probably been listening, obviously, but y'all remember they had that Freedom shirt, bro. They was wearing that jump for 6-7 months. Everybody, every single employee was wearing that TPU, that Freedom shirt, that white Freedom shirt. So, like, oh man, these folks is weird, bro. It's so dark. It is so dark. Thank y'all for sending me that. That is crazy. Let me see. Obviously, there was some more Dunkin' Todays, but that was even better. So, like, because I had no idea about that. So I'm glad I got to see that. So I'm gonna let some people slide tonight, but we'll probably loop back to them another day. No worries. They will never be off the hook. They're gonna do some other BS. Nah, they didn't sell the mic, but they put the mic in a little case for people to caress it as they walk by. Like it was weird. It was weird, but it was like in a little case. Charlie's last microphone. is crazy. You got these Christians that are supposed to be abiding by the Bible, but yet they want everybody to make Charlie their idol. They want that. It's literally their language. They want people to make Charlie Kirk their idol. Erica Kirk tells all of her employees that Charlie is watching them and following them, and he wants you at work, and he's in you. It's weird, bro. He's in all of you. Man, this fan is cold. He's in all of you and all that. It's like, bro, these Christians, not Christians at all, are manipulating these kids, bro. They're weaponizing religion and scripture. And actually, I do want to play one more video before we get to the SUV photos, because there's a guy that goes into his experience a little bit. He was a former TBUSA employee, and I think he talks about weaponizing how TPUSA weaponizes religion and faith. So it made me think of that when I said that. So I do want to play this. It's only 2 minutes. And I listen to this guy pretty often. I forgot what his last name is, but I know his first name is Matt. Forgive me, Matt. I know we follow each other and stuff like that. So somebody else posted Matt's TikTok on their page, and this is the video that I wanted. So take a listen to Matt really quick on his experience as a former employee at Turning Point USA.
I want you to take a quick listen to me.
Oh my gosh, I can't do it. The music.
And I'm going to tell you something.
Oh. Hey, everybody out there, I want you to take a quick listen to me, and I'm going to tell you something right now. Former Turning Point employee here. I've been posting on my other TikTok, great views, but let's see what we can do here. I'm going to tell you something right now. Turning Point is a effing fraud, America's effing fraud. Right versus left, all of it. It's BS. I ran for public office. I've done everything with Turning Point, chase the vote, etc., or etc. I'm going to tell you something right now. They are brainwashing our youth. They're using Christianity as a facade, and they are manipulating our youth in that organization. They don't know that they're being manipulated. I'm going to tell you something right now. Turning Point Action and Turning Point USA, it's all effing fraud. I've exposed them. Oh, okay. I'm going to tell you something. They are effing fraud. Can you help me out, captions? What are you doing? America's effing fraud. Tyler Boyer, Erica Kirk, all of them. Charlie. Okay, bro. Whatever. I tried. Basically, y'all got the moral of it, like the general idea of what he was talking about. It's just saying how Turning Point USA is a fraud. It said that 1,000 times, and that they weaponize religion and faith to trap all of these young kids to making it seem like they're obligated to stay there because, Charlie wanted you here. God, this has to be a sign from God that you came here, that you interviewed here. God wanted you here. And as a young person in their faith, you kind of fall victim to that. You know what I mean? You don't really know how to question that, because it's like, if I question them, am I saying that they're like demonic? Because you trying to tell me God want me to do this. I don't think so. So am I tripping or you tripping? It's an awkward conversation, but that's what they do. But he has a lot of great videos talking about his experience and stuff like that. All right. New SUV photos were released by I know I saw them on Alley Top Files X. I can't remember who the photographer is. I will come across him soon. There it is. Michael Vina, whichever one. He released these photos of the SUV, more additional photos to the SUV. And I feel like we should take a look, because obviously, as we approach this preliminary hearing, this preliminary hearing coming up, we're going to learn a lot more about Tyler Robinson and about what the prosecution has, I don't know what they have, but we'll find out. Whether it's more Fed slop, whether it's something that they can really genuinely prove to us. I don't know, man. The judge is weird. Everybody's weird in this entire case. But these pictures, let me see. I'm trying to pull up one that we haven't seen yet. Okay, so here's one that we haven't seen. And I do appreciate Michael dropping these pictures, because we talked about it, a lot these last couple of shows of just like how everybody's just holding on to information and nobody's releasing anything. Everybody just, doing whatever they're doing and working on their own specific investigation and staying in their lane. And we needed more people to just come out and just say, hey, bro, look, this is what I have. And that's what Michael did. So I appreciate somebody stepping forward for doing this. And so Michael released some more pictures of the SUV. And this is obviously the outside of the car. You can see, some blood. It looks like, yeah, I'm assuming it looks like, I want to see if there's a better. Yeah, I saw that too. Charlie didn't have the password to his ex account. That was absolutely crazy. He was handled. He was absolutely handled, or being handled. We saw this picture right here from Candace, but I think this is just a little better. Let me see if I can save these photos and open them in another way. Let me check. Let me try it right quick. I just want to see if it works, because I want to be able to zoom in. So let me see. All right, let me see if I can. Will it let me do it? Okay, it will let me do it. Here we go. All right, so here is one picture right here that we have from inside of the car. Similar to Candace's picture that she shared, but here's another picture that we have from inside of the car. And you can see a lot of blood, dried up blood everywhere. This is kind of blurry because it's not going to look too good when I zoom in. I wish it did. I don't know why it's like that. You can see something shattered right here. Sorry about the blur, but something shattered right here. I saw somebody on, I believe, X that was attempting to, they had a theory that this shattered, whatever this is down here, is actually from like the track of the seat. Just a theory. Somebody was basically just saying that it wasn't a microphone. And y'all know me, I'm open to really anything for real. If it makes sense, it makes sense. If it don't, it don't. But somebody was saying that this is, coming from the track of the seat right here. And apparently maybe if they forced it forward, forced it back, whatever it was, maybe pieces of the track was falling off. And this is, I don't know. Maybe I don't know how much I believe that. Not really so much, because that really does look like tempered glass. I think it's clear as day tempered glass to me. I don't know if that person was just trying to get people off the road mic idea or what, but it does look like tempered glass to me. So that's one picture right there. Let me pull up. Why would there be tempered glass in the track? Well, no, they're saying like the chair, this chair was moving so much forcefully that it was like, this is not tempered glass at all. It's coming right off the track. That's what they were trying to say. But I don't know how much I believe that though. It kind of looked like tempered glass to me. I've been a mechanic for the last 7 years and have seen broken tracks and the plastic around it. A broken track does not look like that. Well, see, there we go. I'm not a mechanic for 7 years, and that definitely helps. I agree. It does not look like it at all. Who said that? It was a person on X. I go through everybody's stuff that, like I said, I listen to so many different people. Maybe not listen, but like I read so many different things on X. Even if somebody's like debunking the microphone theory, and I'll be like, let me listen to it. Because if it's compelling, hey, you know what I mean? Like nothing is 100% fact. So I'm open to it. So that's why I wanted to bring that forward, because I'm like, somebody did say that, but I was like, nah, I don't see that. So that's one picture. We kind of already saw this before. Now remember, this is where Charlie's legs, I think, this has to be his upper body. There's a lot of blood right here. I know he was thrown in there like a freaking deer, but this is a lot of blood in his seat. So I don't know. I mean, to me, it would make sense that his torso, his head was up here, but I don't know. That's just what it is. SBS is definitely from the road mic. I agree. I think, it's for sure tempered glass. If anything, even if it's not the road mic, who knows? I think it is, but it's for sure tempered glass, it looks like. And I think as well that this right here, no, I don't. There's something totally different that I'm thinking of. All right, so let me pull up the next picture that Alley Top Files and Michael share. This right here is the outside of the truck. So there's no reason to zoom in. So I'm just put this up on X. Apparently, we have found the truck itself. You see the tag number, of course, Z33, 33 hours. Like, of course, the tag number is Z33 4AA. When I seen that, I just laughed because it's just so crazy on what's going on in this world and the coincidences that I don't believe in. But Z33 4AA was the tag number. This was the truck right here. Let me see what else there is. Oh, thought it was about to show me some more. Where did that other thing go? Okay. There's some more. Let me pull it up right quick. Let me see. Let me go to Allie's page. Oh, I definitely got to pull that up too. That's crazy. Some people put up the Carfax. People got the VIN number. And yeah, it is crazy, huh? It's crazy how much we got to do to show that, man, like, this is not a normal situation. This is not a normal situation. This is not Tyler Robinson was the lone gunman on the roof, and he drove a couple of hours to go do this to Charlie, and everybody was blindsided. It's so crazy. It's plain as day. Like, nobody has to do all of this stuff for a crazy man, right? If he was crazy, he was crazy. And then we'd say, okay, well, when stories would come out, Erica, where were you? The day that Charlie died, it would make sense where she was. Oh, Andrew, where were you? It would make sense. No, nobody would have to be lying. Nobody would, stories would be conflicting with one another. Nobody would be saying, yeah, man, I flew up to Utah and I gave Erica a hug. When I got off the tarmac, I fell into Erica's arms. And then Erica has an interview with Fox News, and she's like, yeah, we flew up to Utah, drove straight to the hospital. Straight to the hospital. I'm like, oh, so which one is it? Because your plane literally says that you landed. Because y'all know me, I think she was in Utah early that morning. I'm standing on that. I feel like she was there. I'm kind of like dark too. I think she was watching that live stream, the live stream that nobody can find. I think she was watching that live stream. But all of these different conflicting stories, right? Her landing at 3:00. She said she went straight to the hospital. Andrew Kovac landed at 5, but he's saying he fell into Erica's arms on the tarmac. None of this would be happening if Tyler Robinson was truly just the lone gunman and it was just a random act that nobody saw coming. Everybody's stories would align. Nobody would be lying about September 8th. It's September 9th when nobody was asking about the 9th. Nobody would be having fake kids being sent around. It's diabolical. It's diabolical. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's more proof that nothing's going to happen from all of this because it's just like, this is insane. The amount of hurdles we have to jump through. And these folks still are trying to tell us that Tyler Robinson just did it on his own. And I'm like, okay, well, what if Tyler Robinson, y'all say he was a crazy leftist, trans furry. I don't even know why people say that. That's just this new thing. But this trans furry, I'm like, okay, so what if he had like 2 other furries? Like, what are you open to the thought of him not being, you know, doing this alone? Because if that's true, then we're somewhat on the same side, because that's what we're saying. But TV USA is trying to tell us, nope. He did this by himself. Here is a picture of the middle seats that y'all just saw with all the blood on it, ripped out of the car. I know it's blurry again. I don't know. But here it is again, where there were some, well, not again, but here is the picture of the seats ripped out of the car. These were the seats that we were just looking at. That was bloody with the tempered glass on the ground, all that other stuff. And now it is completely ripped out of the car before the car was cleaned up, or this was probably in the process of it being cleaned up before it was sold and auctioned off. And it definitely is already looking a bit cleaner than before. And this is for sure like Tyler Robinson written all over it, right? Are they going to bring all of this to the courtroom? This is crazy. All of this is a crime scene. All of it. And here we are. Yep, that's exactly right. Exactly right. In the comments, it said no residue from explosive. Yep, just the same way they ripped up the crime scene at UVU and they dug 10 inches of dirt out the ground. They excavated 10 inches of dirt out the ground. They're doing the same thing to the car. They're making sure that there is no residue from whatever exploded and popped that day on Charlie. Because you can clean up the seat and not have to rip the seats out. I mean, you can do all of that, right? It's still a crime scene. You don't even have to do any of this. Let the detectives do what they do. Forensics do what they do. There's no reason to do any of this. And once they do all the testing, they're probably going to trash and junk the car anyway. So there's no reason to rip stuff out. But they cleaned this all up and sold this car out. Sold this car off. I'm sorry. And it's crazy. I mean, when I saw this, I was like, dude, what more do these people need so people can start opening their eyes on this whole Tyler Robinson situation? Okay, here's another picture right here that is a bit clearer. It's kind of the same thing. So I'm gonna just share it like this. There's no reason to zoom in for this one. Here's another picture right here of the back seat. And yeah, I think we were right. I think Charlie was entered into the car from this angle right here, from this door, and they threw him in there like a catfish. And his body, or his torso, and his wound and all that stuff, I think it was on this top seat over here on the other side of the car where the door is closed, which is what we were talking about before, because there's more blood on that side than this side. Yeah, and I think that goes with the animation as well that Candace showed. Let's see. We have that again. There has been a lot of different speculations going around with what this is. I'm not sure. I promise you, I'm not that person that's going to be able to identify this. I won't be able to take a guess. Nothing. I think Coach said that he pulled up like a burnt or a Rode mic or microphone that exploded before. He compared the two, and it did look similar. I don't know. I can't say like, oh my gosh, I'm sold. I don't know, but I don't know what this is. It looks crazy. Let's see what else. And then also just tell, like, this is for sure a junkyard. Like, for sure. So, I don't know. It's odd. Let's see what else they got. Let's see if there's anything else that I can show y'all. There has been some things going on in Pound Lot. Yeah, it could be. I guess that could make sense too. There has been some things going around about this Nate W. I think I saw something about Nate W today. I really wasn't prepared to talk about a Nate W, so forgive me. If I happen to come across it, I will. I won't search for it right now. But there's some things going around about Nate W. I think Baron might have hit on that, who that is, and all that stuff. So those are the extra pictures of the SUV. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any. Oh, here's a couple more. So you see right here again, the middle row is ripped out of the car, cleaned. Everything is spotless now. I don't like this whole thing looks clean. Same picture we saw before. September 19th is when they took this picture. So this is 9 days after Charlie was eliminated. Got some VIN numbers. So, yeah, very, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. You don't clean cars to be squashed in the yard. They sold it. Yeah. This car was sold off. I mean, it's weird, man. I mean, that's why, we were talking about the other day. Baron and Candace just saying that TPUSA needs to come out and say something and all of that. And that's why I was like, I just don't, they don't have to say anything at all. Turning Point USA is probably not the people that did this to this car, to this SUV. As far as cleaned it up, sold it off, like that is similar to that paver man that was like, we got a call saying that it was a paver emergency, and it was the FBI and the governor, and they said have this job done by Monday or Sunday night, whatever, or by Monday. And it was probably the same two entities that were involved in this as well. So Turning Point USA is not really gonna come out and address this at all because they had nothing to do with it. To be honest, it wasn't them that cleaned up the car and sold it off. They're not gonna be the ones to be like, to speak on that at all. So they're just gonna probably stay silent and probably just be like, shoot, I don't know what happened to the car. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But again, I feel like that information alone should tell you that Tyler Robinson is not this lone gunman. Because, I mean, we don't even need to break that down. These folks transported Charlie to the hospital. And 9 days later, from this picture that we're looking at right now, 9 days later, cleaned up the car, ripped out the seats, and sold it. Dog, if I did that, if some type of crime happened in my car, matter of fact, y'all may not know who that is, but YNW Melly, he's literally in jail right now. He's been in jail for a very long time. He hasn't even been convicted yet of murdering his friends in his car and like setting it on fire or something like that. The point is, if any of us normal people chose to do some type of craziness inside of a car, a crime happens, and then we tamper with evidence, like burn the car, rip the seats out, sell the car, auction it off, whatever it is, and people find out about it, like right now, us looking at it being like, wow, the car was sold off, here it is, it's clean, and we already know it's sold, we all would get so much jail time, bro. We will be in prison forever. And these people just get to sell cars off with blood all over it. Charlie he died. Like, they just get to do whatever, bro. It's insane. I mean, it's things like that where, I don't know how y'all brain operates, but for me, it's things like that where I'm like, yeah, I mean, there's nothing going to happen from the situation. There's no justice that's about to happen. Do you not see how diabolical and crazy that is? They sold off the car. I mean, what? How we going to track down who did that? Who cleaned it? Who bought it? Sold it to who? Who put it on auction? Like who put it on the record or whatever to sell it off? There will have to be so many people questioned and brought in and potentially arrested. And that's the case for so many different situations. It's the same thing with the rifle being found in in that little area, the wooded area. It's like the bomb dogs and all the K9s that was dispatched and put out there, they couldn't find it. But then the feds come and then they find it. That's weird. We have 911 calls of everybody saying the FBI says don't talk to anybody. Don't talk to the media until they get there. The FBI is seizing footage from the hospital. They seized footage from the plaza. Right? Y'all remember Tyler Robinson parked in that plaza before he went to the Quick Quack? He parked in that plaza. And I don't know if y'all remember, but there was a girl that worked in that plaza that showed the footage of Tyler Robinson pulling up and all that. And she shared her text messages. And she was talking about how the feds pulled up into their establishment and seized all the camera footage. So they seized the camera footage at the plaza, at the hospitals, and there's one more place. Oh, where Tyler Robinson turned himself in. That footage is missing too. There is, and you got people out here that are still like, no. Tyler Robinson is the lone gunman. Stop pushing conspiracies. And everything that I just named, that we just talked about, is not normal, bro. It's not normal. And then on top of that, I want to share something that I definitely want to share tonight. And that is, wait, what is this? Oh. Shoot, there's a lot of stuff I want to share with y'all. Two things I want to share. One thing I want to share really quick though is that Nate guy. Y'all remember the plastic bag in the back seat? I happen to come across it right now, so I got to go ahead and show it. That plastic bag in the back seat that said Nate W or something like that. Yeah, Nate W in the back seat of the SUV. This is a text thread between some people talking about Nate, and so I just wanted to share this information for people that haven't seen this yet. So you can see the person's X handle right here, Matthew St. Baker. And he's already been asking about who this Nate guy is. And the text thread says, do you know this guy, Nate? On Candace yesterday, his name is under the on the Uber Eats bag in the car that they took Charlie to the hospital in. This person said he washed the car and sent pictures to Candace. People were asking me because I have a blank, something's redacted. I don't know him, but that's his name. So Nate, hold on now. Who is Nate then? Nate Walker washed the car. Does Nate work for TPUSA? Because why would Nate? This is Nate Walker, right? But let me see if I can find Nate Walker. Yeah, he works for TPUSA. Yeah, here's a screenshot of Barron talking about it. I'm guessing on one of his episodes, but Nate worked for TPUSA. Like, what is happening? So, I don't know if this guy is telling the truth or not. I'm just reading it off. But what is Nate from TPUSA, according to these messages? What is Nate Walker doing cleaning the car, cleaning the SUV that Charlie, I mean, he was already dead, but that Charlie was transported in? Why is there an employee cleaning up an active crime scene? Why would any employee want to do that? It ain't got nothing to do with me. It says he washed the car and sent pictures to Candace. Why would he immediately send those pictures to Candace, though? That is like very early on to like on September 19th to immediately say, I'm going to take these pictures and send it to Candace. That is very early on. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I don't know him, but that's his name. Had someone send me this. Haven't listened to Barron on this yet. That's Nate Walker. But yes, it's what I've been told. I thought Barron touched on it as well. Haven't listened to anything from Barron yet, or everything from Barron yet. Okay, thanks for confirming. That's pretty wild information. Wild indeed. I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is wild. My understanding is that they don't even clean up the car before they returned it. Just gave it back. So the kid cleaning it took pics and gave time to Candace. It's all so obvious. Were you told this by a credible, trusted source enough so that you believe it to definitely? Oh, man, I need better. Come on, man, help me out. Throw me a bone. I can't follow this thread. That's why something buying it looks staged. It's because the car rental place, their cleaners specifically, are the ones who photograph and leak the photos. It makes complete sense now. I haven't spoke to Barron at all, and only Candace producer Sky, but not about this. The other data point is that the empty Uber Eats bag places Nate Walker there in some capacity. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, why is Nate W? You got Frank Turek, Rick Cutler, what's the man name? what did it say? Judas Harbaugh. Judas Harbaugh, and then I forgot who the driver was, but it definitely was not a Nate Walker. So a Nate Walker Uber Eats bag being in the back does place him near the SUV in some capacity. I don't know when. It could have been any time of the day. Nate could have rode in that SUV maybe to Charlie's first interview that he had that morning. I don't know, but it is odd. Let's see. Okay, so that screenshot you sent me wasn't between any of them. Was that directly from your source then? No, not from them. I only know about it because someone asked if it was my blank, and then you brought it up right after the first time hearing about Nate Walker. So I guess maybe it's not confirmed. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird. That's going to be another person that somebody's going to go down a rabbit hole and figure out who Nate Walker is. But whoever Nate Walker is, I wouldn't want to be close to a crime scene like that. And if my name started floating around, if I'm Nate Walker, I'm coming out and clearing the record. I know TPUSA loves to have all of their employees under NDAs and stuff like that. But, I just think from a common sense, logical standpoint, if you truly didn't have anything to do with it, because it's very odd to be that close to a vehicle that ended up being sold off, cleaned and sold off, auctioned off, to be that close to a vehicle that we all know that has now disappeared into the night. I'd come out and clear the record on why my name was in the back seat on a bag. That's kind of odd. And for the ones that don't know what I'm talking about, again, I'm gonna show this picture. This Uber Eats bag in the back right here. You can see my mouse. This tag has Nate Walker on it, and this is where Frank Turek was. And Nate Walker's Uber Eats bag is bloody. Everything back here is bloody. So Nate's bag was back here before Charlie got in the car, obviously. So I don't know. Very weird, man. Very weird. It's crazy. Another thing that I wanted to show, I just saw Graham, and I probably saw him. He just snitched on himself for being a Fed. The other thing I wanted to show was some text messages that are now resurfacing. I saw this a while ago, but I don't think I ever shared this with the Yap community. And it is obviously very interesting. Whenever I find this thing, let me see. I know Allie, I just saw it on Allie's page. So let me go back to Allie's page. All right, here it is right here. So Diligent Denizen had talked to a source with the Tyler Robinson family. This was a little bit ago. I feel like a couple of months ago when he first reported on this. But he was texting with the Tyler Robinson family, and they confirmed some things that we already kind of knew. But obviously, the Tyler Robinson family, they don't come out and speak to the media, the public, and all that other stuff. Graham is a joke. He is a joke. We're going to play with what Graham snitched on himself. What he said today that snitched on himself. But Tyler Robinson, his family came out and confirmed some things that Turning Point USA refuses to admit. And that is his family denying and rejecting the idea that Tyler Robinson committed this crime. Because Turning Point USA and Blake Neff and all these other folks, they swear up and down, oh, if Tyler Robinson was innocent, his family would never turn him in. Why is his family not screaming from the rooftops that Tyler Robinson's innocent? He all this other stuff. Well, look at these text messages if you haven't seen them already. I will share them and read them. But this is from Diligent Denizen, and we're just gonna, give him the benefit of the doubt that this is the truth. I feel like Diligent Denizen hasn't really ever let me down, in my opinion. If I saw some information from him, it ended up being right so far. So giving him the benefit of the doubt, and due to his credibility, I feel like everybody should give him the benefit of the doubt to proven otherwise. But he shares these messages that he has with Tyler Robinson's family. And he says on June 28th, 2026. Oh, wait, hold on. What? Because I saw this before. June 28th is yesterday. But I saw this before, so I don't know about the timestamp. But we'll just keep it pushing though. So it says, so just to be clear, Tyler told his dad, Matt, that he did not kill Charlie Kirk. Tyler Robinson's family, whoever it is, says that is correct. Does Tyler's parents think he killed Charlie? No. Did the parents call the bishop because they thought Tyler was guilty or out of fear for his safety? Tyler Robinson's family member says, or somebody close to Tyler Robinson says, safety. Then he says, when they called the bishop, did they tell him that Tyler killed Charlie Kirk? This person says no. They were concerned for his safety. So the time the retired sheriff came and picked up Tyler and his parents was on the set. My fault. I am tweaking. So the time the retired sheriff came and picked up Tyler and his parents was on September 11th in the afternoon. They say yes, which would further prove Barron's theory that Tyler Robinson was in custody on the evening of September 11th. So Tyler never told his parents, the bishop or the sheriff who gave them a ride, that he killed Charlie Kirk. That is correct. So that would mean that Tyler only confessed, which is the only confession they have from Tyler Robinson is those fake text messages. The Discord is now ruled out. The Discord confession is now ruled out because he was in custody before the Discord message was even sent. So the only confession they have is the text messages that don't make any sense at all. And the fact that TPUSA and others are saying that Tyler Robinson has admitted to everybody, admitted to his daddy, admitted to his family, he admitted to Lance, he admitted on Discord to his friends. I mean, I don't know, man. It's such an obvious exoneration of Tyler Robinson, not of all charges. He has some type of role. He's exactly where he wants to be. But as far as pulling the trigger, he didn't do it. He didn't pull the trigger. And I think it's clear. I don't really understand any of those people. I mean, I guess I do. When you get paid, that makes a lot of people do certain things. Not me. I'm not a bought and paid for person. Money will not make me change at all, but money do change people. And so when you got Gary's and Lisa's and all that stuff that has access to this same information, but yet they're still like, no. Tyler definitely he's guilty. He acted alone. Nobody else involved. That's money. It's money talking. It's not common sense or logic. And then it's funny because I think I did a tweet. I actually want to go through some of those to see people's perspective. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Basically, I asked the other side. I said, for the people who think Tyler Robinson did it, where's that? I was like, why why can't we at least agree that Lance Twiggs is weird? Why does the people that push the Tyler Robinson, the Fed slop, why do all of them come to the same conclusion? And that he's the lone gunman, nobody else, leave it alone. Nobody has ever came forward and thought for themselves and was like, you know what? I think Tyler Robinson did pull the trigger, but I do think that other people helped him. And I think he wasn't alone. And I think we should also get those people. Oh, here we go. Nobody ever does that. So that's how you know it's BS. Because any logical person with a brain would have different narratives than the original Fed slop. They would at least say, okay, Tyler Robinson, I think Tyler Robinson did it, but I think he did have a lot of help. And I don't think he was alone. So I think we should go after all the other people that was involved too. So even if Joe Kent is like, hey, man, there's more leads, there's more investigating to be done. Okay, so why can't we do that? What if that extra investigating leads you to more teammates of Tyler Robinson? But for some reason, they don't care. They only want Tyler Robinson, and they're obsessed with the outcome. They're obsessed with Tyler Robinson dying in jail. That's really what they want. It's weird. Andrew Kovac has already said that if he doesn't get the death penalty, he's going to be very upset. It's weird. Who says that? So I asked the internet a couple of weeks ago. I said, so to the folks on the Tyler Robinson did it side, all 62 of y'all came to the conclusion that Tyler Robinson acted alone. Not one person came up with a theory that maybe he worked for somebody or maybe he didn't act alone. Y'all don't even find Lance Twiggs weird. And let's look at some of these comments that are on the other side. Oh yeah, this person right here, she be on my butt anytime I say something. She said, I don't necessarily, let me zoom in a little bit. She says, I don't necessarily believe Tyler Robinson acted alone. I just don't buy the slop that Charlie's wife and closest friends and staff were in on it. Okay, well, what's your theory then? You can't just deny theories, but then you don't have anything yourself. That's not really how that works. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you don't know, that means you don't know. So if somebody brings up something, you can't definitively say, I know that ain't it, but I don't know what happened. That doesn't make any sense. So either don't know, or I don't know what else to tell you. But if you gonna say you don't know, you just got to stand on that and just shut up. But she says, I don't necessarily believe Tyler Robinson acted alone. I don't either. So where do we go from here now that we agree with each other? Lance Twiggs is getting immunity for a reason. He likely pushed Robinson into it. Both extremely mentally ill. Yep. Only Shields and a mentally captured. Let's see. I want to see the ops. Where the ops at? Nah, I think Tyler shot. I think Tyler shot Charlie, and Lance knew way more than we think. Hence the immunity. I also think you all look like absolute fools when all the evidence is displayed publicly. In fact, I'm 100% sure of it. Okay, so this is op. I think Tyler Robinson shot Charlie, and Lance knew way more than we think. Hence the immunity. I also think you all look like absolute fools. Well, I mean, but that's the thing, though. How do you not have an issue with Lance getting immunity? I know it's like limited immunity or something like that. But again, that would mean that it's more than just Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson's going to get the death penalty while Lance gets off. The logic isn't logicking for me. I think he worked in conjunction with the Un-F America tour, which was steered by Candace Owens. Oh yeah, this person be on my butt too. Let's see what they be saying. Let's see what she said. Tyler Robinson will plead guilty. I agree. or he won't make it to trial. So we have something in common right now. I want you to remember all the people who misled you to believe, or my fault, I'm tripping. I've been tripping tonight. I want you to remember all the people who misled you to believing in some grand conspiracy when it came to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Many of these people have hundreds of thousands of followers. Quite frankly, it is the exact opposite of what Charlie would have wanted. Notice how none of the TPUSA crew are peddling these conspiracies. Of course not. Of course they aren't. What are you talking about? That doesn't even make any sense. Why would TPUSA? Okay, bro, whatever. Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk, and the evidence is overwhelming. What's the evidence? I'm not clicking on any links right now. Maybe the evidence is there. I might click on it just to see if I need to watch something later. Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. Evidence overwhelming. Now, whether or not anyone else knew in advance or if there was some type of cover up is another story. That's the story we're on. What? Oh my gosh, bro. What's up with y'all people, man? What's up with y'all people? That's the story that we're on. That's the problem. It's because it seems like a lot of people have foreknowledge. You're admitting that. But TPUSA rejects that idea. Oh, don't get me started, bro. These people, man. Well, we'll have to wait on digital forensic evidence to make an accurate assessment. Let me see these things you want me to pull up. How did Charlie Kirk's assassin hide a rifle in a towel? Okay, so the first video she sent me is somebody folding a rifle in a towel. I don't think I'll be watching that. Another video is some type of POV of somebody walking through the UVU campus. I think I've seen this before. It's not overwhelming evidence that she just talked about. It doesn't really show me anything. She blocked you on X when I proved him wrong. That's typically what happens. That's typically what happens for sure. Let me see. I got something else I wanted to show real quick. Oh, this happened the other day. This is Erica Franz Faye, pregnant, or whichever one. Pregnant, postpartum, don't know which one. Post-pregnancy, don't know which one. But this is her. I've never seen this picture before. So it was interesting. There was no jab, dig, any of that at all. I know people love to jump straight to that conclusion. It was just simply something that I've never seen before. Never seen her pregnant, never seen pictures, never seen nothing. So she does look different, but pregnancy looks different on everybody. Let me see. There was something. Where is it at, bro? I got so many bookmarks. And I end up talking about some things that's out of line. Oh, okay, Graham. That's what I was about. Graham Allen is. Oh, I think we all knew Graham Allen was a Fed. We all knew he was a Fed. We all knew he was on the payroll. We just, most of the time, we just don't know how. How is he getting paid? How did this even happen? How did they go from the old content that they was pushing to just strictly pushing Fed slop? But listen to Graham Allen snitch on himself for who he truly is.
Yes, my official title was actually senior strategic consultant to the Department of War, but whatever. Who cares?
Whatever.
But before that, everybody knows this. I left the show for 6-7 months to go into the administration.
Completely abandoned me.
The Pentagon. All right.
He's gonna say a whole bunch of gibberish, but I just want y'all to hear the beginning of what his occupation used to be.
Yes, my official title was actually senior strategic consultant to the Department of War, but whatever. Who cares?
Whatever.
But before that, everybody knows this. I left the show for 6-7 months to go into the administration.
Completely abandoned me.
The Pentagon. All right. But what she leaves out is the important context of what my senior strategic consulting to the Department of War, the secretary, actually is. You see, she just says the title. She left out for digital media. You see, my role at the
I can't stand listening to him. I can't stand listening to Lisa for too long, Gary for too long. But Buddy is a Fed. He just snitched on himself for being a Fed. Graham Allen used to work for the Department of War. Gary is getting paid by the Department of Defense. Lori Franz Vey was getting paid by the Department of Defense. All these people are Feds. Now, the harsh truth that I think a lot of people don't want to accept is that Charlie knew all of this, bro. He knew all of this. I'm not going to say maybe not all, if we want to just leave some wiggle room to be wrong. Charlie knew most of this. I think he knew a lot what was going on, and he just maybe because he was being handled. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be handled. You know what I mean? I don't know, but Charlie, maybe he didn't know what was going on. Now I'm about to take that back. Now I'm just thinking, because hearing him say that he didn't even have access to his Twitter just made me change my entire thought process in this very moment. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That just made me change my entire thought process. Hearing him say, and I gotta go play that for y'all. Hopefully I can find it. Hearing him say that he doesn't have access to his Twitter is crazy. I mean, he was saying that he has to get permission to tweet. Let me see. Maybe I could just go straight to Barron's podcast and pull it up from here. Let me see. What episode? Yeah, I remember what episode that was. Barron's talking about that. It wasn't that long ago. It was either yesterday or today. Okay, I found it.
About how much access Charlie Kirk had to his own technology. If you look at him like I'm starting to as a controlled entity,
man, it's cold in here.
That Charlie Kirk was not what we were sold, and that we didn't know it, but he was giving us clues along the way, and we just weren't putting it together because maybe people weren't paying that close attention, or maybe they didn't know what to make of the clues they were hearing. They were so weird. They're like, I don't want to think about that. But we started getting clues that maybe Charlie Kirk did not have as much access as we thought he had. And he wasn't the one we he wasn't one saying a lot of the things. I want you to listen to this and tell me what you make of this.
The team took my Twitter account away for the Super Bowl.
What?
Really?
Well, sort of. Yeah, they were like, "You're not allowed to
You
tweet."
have a story behind that, I can tell.
Well, because I kind of,
I thought you got rid of social media. Anyway.
I did. No, so when I tweet, I text the team what I want to tweet,
And they just said no.
and they were like, "Nope,
Just carte
nope,
blanche,
nope."
no.
Okay, does that aggravate you?
It's kind of like a nuclear submarine, right? Takes 2 keys to launch the missile.
Yeah.
But you can override the keys.
You'd be surprised.
Oh, really?
There's a pretty strong check and balance. It's like a veto. It's, you know what? There is one that I overrode the veto.
Okay, tell us.
DeMar Hamlin.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Yes, everybody remembers.
So DeMar Hamlin.
And man, Charlie's a smart dude, man. But like, he is so naive. Like when you're listening to him right now, it's almost like he still doesn't even hear what he's saying and how crazy it sounds. He's sitting here smiling, talking about, yeah, man, I don't have access to my stuff. Like, you'd be surprised. Guess what? I actually remember, he don't even realize this is how crazy I think. He remembers the one singular time that he was able to veto, I'm assuming, Andrew Kovac on tweeting on his own account. He remembers it. It should be, hypothetically speaking, like, or maybe not hypothetically speaking, but he should have so many memories that, or maybe not even memories. It should happen so many times that he's not even able to remember one situation where he was able to tweet on his own account without permission, because it's his account. He should not be like, oh, I immediately remember the one time that I was able to veto the decision that I'm able to tweet on my own account, whatever it is. He is sitting here highlighting the one time that he tweeted on his own, and he remembers it. So that means it never really happened that often where he was able to tweet anything he wanted. And he doesn't even hear how crazy that sounds right now. He is like all in. Dude is being controlled. He's being controlled. He's being handled. And when you look back at 9-10, it was the same thing. I think they distracted Charlie a lot when they started to get like very corrupt and lay in bed with the wrong people and sign deals with the devil. I think they distracted Charlie a lot during that process. I think they forged his signature on a lot of things, the life insurance policies, all the things that the Leah files, all the things that she discovered that is very shady on the money side. If they required Charlie's signature, I believe they would go that far of just forging his signature, just because again they were signing deals with the devil. Nobody cared, and I think they distracted him so often that he just truly was like, I trust everybody and I'm busy. He always talked about how he's on the road 300 days out of the year, 300 plus days out of the year. So he never really locked in and focused on who actually was around him and what they were doing. He just blindly trusted them. But it was this weird dynamic and play going on behind the scenes where they was intentionally distracting him and intentionally booking him and making him extremely busy. That way they can steal and be sneaky and shady and fraudulent in the background. And I think that's exactly what happened on 9-10. I think on 9-10, I think it was a reason that these people booked him that early in the morning interview at that restaurant. Like, why? Why did he have to do that? Why did he have to fly up to Utah extra early for that, then turn around and do the UVU event right after that? It's like they just wanted him to constantly be busy and not have to think that much and only think about his debates and think about where he's going next and stuff like that. Because I feel like if Charlie had, obviously it's hindsight, but I feel like if Charlie had enough time to just sit back and think about 9-10, then he probably would have saw some red flags. Everybody doing things for the first time ever. You know, this is the first time we mic'd them up. This is the first time we're live streaming to God knows where. First time for this, first time for that. You know, I feel like something's telling me that he would pick up on it, but at the same time, he was naive. So maybe not.
Hamlin collapses. Andrew is taking like an hour off.
That's
And-
your PR person.
Yes. And I call Daisy. I'm like, I need the password.
And they were like, okay.
And they're like, no. And she was like, okay, I work for you. Give me the password. And then Andrew gets back online, and we had a chat.
That's a really interesting behind the scenes.
He had to get the password from somebody else. I had to have a conversation about it. That's crazy.
Isn't that something?
I just want to.
That is insane. Oh yeah, and then this part right here that everybody's probably already seen too.
His wife knew the fame as
Feel free to break.
reach you.
Yes. And so,
Notice.
and so that's a big deal for me to break Shabbat, right?
Yes.
And so, I sent some input. All right. And then anyway, I had my phone open for the rest of the day. And Eric, I kid you not, was like, she said, I think God wants you to have your phone on today.
So, again, taking apart when you're and then you say, "Book of Eve, thy weird." That's why.
And so I had certainly said that.
She said that. I had the text
because I got the call, and the first thing I started doing was looking for Erica's number because I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I had that. So I had, and I'm like, why do I not have that?
I ugly called Charlie and picked up, and I didn't think he was going to pick up.
And then
it was like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and then I called Andrew,
and
and he was like, Charlie already knows.
I'm sorry, Blake Neff. Like, look at how small Blake Neff is. Bro, Blake Neff looked like he about 5'8", $140. For the ones that don't know, that mean 140 pounds. About $140, bald head, just a little scrawny looking thing. And it's just hilarious because he just talks so much trash on the internet. And it's like, bro, like this you. You know what I mean? I could just flick you. Like, what are you doing? He talks so much trash on the internet for somebody that's so tiny and scrawny. But I guess that's what they do. Typically that is how I go. Got little man syndrome because he's the smallest person on this couch. Feet barely touching the ground, probably.
And so for people who don't know, that Charlie is usually completely incommunicado, completely dark on Saturdays. And it just so happens because there was this other thing going on that you happen to be on your phone on this Saturday when you're never on your phone on Saturdays.
And so to the gym, all of a sudden I see this, and you know what's amazing? 2-year-olds have amazing instincts.
Yes.
I had my 2-year-old, all of a sudden she was like clinging on to me. And like she could feel the energy in the room. As soon as I was like, something's wrong, she was like, you know that sensation with a 2-year-old?
Oh, yeah.
And she was like daddy's not, necessarily confident what's happening. And I was literally had to like claw her off and give her to Erica as I kept walking. I kept walking across the gym closer and closer. I was like, holy crow, he's shot.
Yeah.
And I mean, at that moment, I felt as if I was watching Kennedy, Malcolm X.
And Charlie Kirk's marriage.
Chris is out there.
Charlie's not allowed to speak.
On time to do.
Charlie's not allowed to have his phone. Charlie's not.
This part is extremely crazy. But Erica saying God wanted you to turn on your phone. God wants you to turn on your phone right now. That is sinister. It's very weird about this woman. It was something about them 9 months that she went away and she went to manipulation school in Jerusalem where they just know how to weaponize Christianity over there. Because this is great. God told me to tell you to turn on your phone. What? Who? I'm not going for that. No, not at all. Especially when like they talk about honoring the Sabbath so hard. Now all of a sudden God told me to tell you to turn on your phone. Okay. But this is even more wild right here.
Allowed to tweet.
They're like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to do that, or I don't have. There are so many resources out there that can help you. Like,
I want y'all to know this sound like there's some movie stuff right here, straight out of a movie of y'all remember that movie Get Out, where a buddy was just like he literally could not get out, he could not get away from that family. This what it sound like when she about to go into this story about her and Charlie.
Unpack certain things of healthy living. So again, for us, just to start, like I want to say maybe 3 weeks ago, Charlie came home and I was like, I cut the internet. And he's like, how am I supposed to work? I was like, I got it all figured out. I got it all figured out. So we hired.
Imagine if you came home from work and your significant other looks at you like, I cut the internet off. Did we not pay a bill or something? No. I just cut the line. I cut the line myself. Why would you do that? Like, I would start freaking out. What are you talking about? You cut the internet. What?
Hardwired everything. Hardwired our TVs. It's like, how am I supposed to work? I was like, I got it all figured out. I got it all figured out. So we hardwired everything. Hardwired our TVs, our computers. It made you more intentional of not being able to use your phone.
Or just put your phone in the drawer and say Shabbat Shalom, daddy's home, right? That's what y'all told me that y'all do. Am I tweaking? That's what they literally said. Charlie comes home, he puts his phone in the drawer and he says Shabbat Shalom. So why now am I coming home to my wife saying, honey, I cut the internet? Why would you do that? Like, how am I going to work? It's fine. Let's hardwire everything. Why? Why are we doing all of that? That's weird. Why are we hardwiring? Why are we using Ethernet cables when Wi-Fi exists in 2026? So we could be more in tune spiritually. Dog, get the freak out of my house, bro. What are you talking? I can just put my phone away. If that's what it is, we can just put our phones away. We've been doing that this whole time. That is so weird. Look how she's looking right now. That is just not. I know she probably didn't look like this forever, but like, I just want to paint a picture for y'all. Imagine laying down in a bed. And you know those nights where you kind of wake up sometimes like a little thirsty. Like you might wake up, you know, got you a bottle of water on your nightstand or something like that. Or you might just roll over, check your phone, see what time it is, see how many more hours you got to sleep, right? Imagine doing that. And like you laying down, right? And then you roll over to see Erica already awake looking at you like that. So imagine like you laying down and you open your eyes and you just happen to just like, you know what I mean? You happen to roll over and she's already awake looking at you. I would do I would lose my shit, bro. I could do it. I could do it. This woman is just not. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anytime. That's why I believe Mitch. When Mitch first dropped that story about, man, when Erica walked on that stage at a memorial, I immediately knew that was the same lady from the hotel lobby. When he said that, I said, I believe him. Because when I look at her, it's hard to forget. Because it's just one of those people that got the blue eyes that's creepy blue. You know what I mean? It's not like the, cute, like, oh, man, you got some beautiful eyes. No, you got the creepy blue. Like, I would never forget that. I'm looking at this still image right now. I would never, ever forget somebody that looked like this. It's creepy. And that's not even what she be doing now with the eyes get big and lowered and big and then going all like, that's not even nearly what she doing now. Now it's just like, it deserves jail time. It's crazy.
guys.
Was that it? Yeah. I don't know, man. So when you look at stuff like that, you start to realize how controlled Charlie was, bro. Like, she probably is the one that put him on the Shabbat Shalom thing. And yeah, everybody does need a rest day. So I'm not saying that that's not like something that everybody does. Like everybody does need a rest day for sure. Where you just relax and, you know, if you feel like you want to put your phone up, then that's on you. But, you know, I don't know, man. All of these different things and things that Charlie would used to say faithfully, religiously, like it started to sound, or not start to sound, it sounded similar to like how Erica used to push all this religious stuff, where it's just like weird and manipulative. Like Charlie said the other day, you know, on here, that the Butler assassination, he was like, by the grace of God, you know, Trump turned his head or something like that. And we talked about it on here, so this is nothing new. But he said, by the grace of God, Trump turned his head and it just nicked his ear and all that. And I'm literally like, Charlie, you was in the room with Andrew Kovac and Trump, where Trump said that he was going to take $100 million from the Adelson family and F them over. God didn't save Trump that day, bro. Like, no, let's take this out of the page, out of your wife's page. The devil almost got him, because that's crazy that God didn't save Trump after Trump said he was finna steal $100 million. And then right after that, Charlie said, but the man in the crowd, I forgot what his name is, the man in the crowd that did tragically lose his life, you know, God is protecting him and, you know, all the other stuff. And I'm just like, so God saved Trump, but yet you're saying God called that man home? Like, what are we doing, bro? But that's that Erica scripture talk right there. That just, with the Frank Turek, you know, these pastors around him, you know, the Black Line Brief, he's doing a series right now on, you know, the pastor, whatever that pastor's name is that Charlie was with, Pastor something, and Erica, and how it was just not what it was supposed to be, bro. Like, whoever it was, probably Erica, because Erica was over the faith division. All of these weird pastors being assigned to Charlie and being around Charlie, like Rob McCoy, Frank Turek. Frank Turek ain't no real pastor for real, but somehow he's a licensed, or not, you know, whatever. He's a real pastor. They got him labeled as a real pastor. You got Victor Marks that's claiming to be a pastor. Like, think about these weird individuals. I haven't even gotten to many others that also have different allegations against them. But off of the ones that I just named alone, Rob McCoy, Frank Turek, and Victor Marks, those people are your pastors that's representing your company, or at least your organization. Then you got to think about how Erica, I don't know about Frank Turek or Rob McCoy, but Erica seems to know all of these people a little bit more than Charlie Kirk, and sometimes before Charlie Kirk. How is she connected with all of these weirdos when it comes to the faith side? That's so strange, bro. How does Erica Kirk know Victor Marks, his wife? How and why is Victor Marks' his wife Erica's mentor? I don't know, man. Everybody's connected, and it's just the strangest thing ever. I didn't think I was gonna put on my bingo card for 2026 to learn that freaking Tyler Boyer and Erica was out in Romania at the same time. Tyler Boyer and Erica was at the 2015 Trump rally, And yet they're both lying on how they met each other. They're lying about how they know each other. I didn't think all of these lies was going to happen, bro, at all. These simple things of like, how did y'all meet? And these folks can't even come up with the same story. I don't know. I didn't think I was going to see Erica in the Einstein orbit. It's just so many different things, bro. I'm like, bro, these Charlie was... Again, I don't think Charlie was 100% innocent. You know what I mean? I think he was aware of a lot, but at the same time, I think it's also subjective. So I don't know. But y'all let me know what y'all think though. Definitely hit the like button before I get to y'all comments. And don't forget to hit the sub button as well. I appreciate y'all for listening to another Yappisode. And let me see how many likes we got right now. I got plenty more content to share, but I can't just share everything because we'll be here all night. I gotta save some stuff, or else we'll be here till 2 a.m. I just be bookmarking absolutely everything, and I'm like, bro, I can't wait to talk about this. But then it'd be like 40 things that I got bookmarked. I'm like, all right, bro, let me chill. I only can get to like 5 to 10 things in one night. Let me see how many likes we are at right now, so that way we can set a goal and then get to some comments. Let's see. $80, okay. Let's see, 80. We got 124 in the chat right now, 66 over here. I think we can get to 100. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like that's reasonable. That's reasonable. 100 likes, 19 more to go. I just liked it myself. Come on, I know we can do it. 100 likes before we get out of here. Let me get to the Yap community to see what y'all been yapping about. I've been keeping up with some of it. Let's see. TPUSA, the people using strange alibis. Man, it's crazy. They are literally the organization of failed alibis for sure. I don't think a single one has been accurate or true at all. They've all just been lying. I didn't even forget about Cabot Phillips. Cabot Phillips is questionable with his alibi as well. And George Z dropping his pants. Someone from TPUSA said was familiar with him. Yeah, I mean, another weird character in the story. Who in the world would want to do that? Who would voluntarily draw that much attention to them, knowing they have those charges that the feds are going to find, and then go to jail? Why would you even voluntarily do that? Why would you even show up? But that just goes to show he was another player in the game. They took my Twitter away. Andrew held the password. Charlie didn't even control his social media. And now Erica seems like she is going down the same path. Seems like, Blake Neff or maybe Andrew Covett, one of them is controlling everything Erica says on the internet too. I think Andrew Covett is the dirtiest one out of that bunch. I think Erica will probably be next. Blake Neff is getting up there. I wish people would help out to figure out who Blake Neff is, because Stu Peters knows exactly who Blake Neff is, because Stu Peters says Blake Neff was texting him and pressuring him on things that were similar to how Charlie Kirk was being pressured. I don't know why. Please, I don't know. Please don't ask. But I have no idea why people don't come out and just say, "Hey, I want truth to see what happened to Charlie Kirk as well." And look, I got these messages from Blake Neff. Look what Blake Neff used to say. Because that's what happened with Stu Peters. He's the one that brought up these text messages with Blake Neff. And I'm like, bro, you should probably share them. If you're saying that you were pressured similar to how Charlie Kirk was being pressured, you should probably release those text messages. Tell everybody who Blake Neff is. Because I thought he was just a weirdo. I thought he was just a weirdo that was racist. But if he's like this undercover agent, like how Andrew Kovac used to work for the Adelsons, that's why I say he's public enemy number one. Andrew Kovac is for sure an agent. But he used to work for all sides. He reported back to the Adelson family when he heard that from Trump. But Blake Neff is starting to become more and more relevant. He's not as like, oh, I don't think Blake Neff knows what's going on. But, you know, I don't think he knew what was going on 9-10, but now he's just sticking to it. If Stu Peters provides more context on what happened with him and Blake Neff, then it just would help everybody. But I don't know what it is, bro. People just go ghosts like all the time. Stu Peters ain't said nothing about it ever since. So weird. I asked like 7 times. If the parents go, that's wild. Yeah, the parents are gonna be there. Let me see, like, if I can find that headline. Okay, I thought I could find. Okay, here we go. Here we go, right here. You can see right here, Fox News, TPUSA's best friend. Breaking: Charlie Kirk's parents and his widow, Erica Kirk, are expected to attend the preliminary hearing for the man accused of assassinating him next week in Utah, according to a source familiar with the situation. It will be the first major court hearing Kirk's family is expected to attend since Tyler Robinson's arrest following 9/10 shooting at Turner Point USA event at Utah Valley University. Prosecutors are expected to spend the week presenting evidence and witness testimony in an effort to move the case toward trial, but the hearing could still be delayed as Utah Supreme Court considers an appeal over courtroom cameras. At this time, Robinson has not yet entered a plea. So they will be there. Don't know if it means together, but they will be there. And I think Lisa took the time out of her day to try to tell everybody that she was right about their relationship. But it's hilarious because nobody knows if they're going together or not. And this is what Lisa said. Remember when I said that Eric has a great relationship with Charlie's parents and they visit her and the kids regularly? Remember how I was called a liar? I will be taking apologies now. This does not prove at all that they have a good relationship. I'm sure the comments probably say so as well. But, you know. Why is it so cold in here tonight? Oh my gosh. Jay, your flaws are still better than some of the bigger accounts. Best days don't ever stop. I appreciate you. Thank you, because I know I'll be messing up a lot on here. I'm deeply sorry. I don't know what to do sometimes. It's so crazy. I'm on my little laptop too. I ain't got like this whole computer set up and all that. So my laptop tripping, it just be tripping sometimes. J Flaws, 1050 lives. Yeah, them 1050. Oh my gosh, boy. Yeah, I be tired sometimes. I took a nap before I got on this one. Took a nap from like 9:30 to 10:15. I thought it was fake. There's no way anyone will wear that. And if I were the widow, I would have shut that down real quick. Yes, there's so many things that anybody would do as the widow. Erica's not normal. As the widow, I wouldn't even have the tent. I wouldn't have the tent up of people taking pictures saying, look, let's pretend like we're Charlie and pretend like we dying under this tent. Or the mic or all of that other weird stuff. But Erica just loved it. Weirdo. My exact reaction. Yeah, that was crazy. Jay, someone said her husband was a pastor. I mean, what's up with these pastors? What's up with these, like, all of these people that's pushing religion that's coming from the TPUSA side? They're all weird. All of them. Tyler Robinson probably found Charlie to be kind of annoying. Now he has to think about him every day for the rest of his life before they try him for capital murder. Yeah, I'm sure he regrets getting himself involved in this whole thing because he said it himself. I don't want to be dragged through the courts. And that's exactly what's happening. How do we know it was sold? Where did that info come from? I know that I heard that from Candace. So I can't tell you any type of fact check where she got it from, or if I tried to research to see if she was wrong. I don't know, but I know me personally, somebody else may have another answer, but I found that out from Candace. Man, they lying. That TPUSA kid is not who took the pictures. Well, the Michael guy took the pictures, but the TPUSA kid is who they're saying like clean the car or something, which is still very odd. It absolutely does not place Nate there. Remember the world we live in. You can order your grandma ointment if you want to. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Anything can happen. Anybody could put that bag there or use a random name. I think Nate should come out and clarify. That would help, because then that's another rabbit hole of like who ordered food and put it in your name and has it in the back seat. You know what I mean? If Nate was like, bro, I wasn't even in Utah that day. That'd be crazy. Did anyone see Didi today? Really good. You two should collab. I gotta message him, bro. I keep forgetting to message him. We've been following each other, but I keep forgetting to message him. You kind of start getting a headache like I have. Bro, I'm telling you, like every day that goes by, oh snap. Every day that goes by, yeah, I have to like just I don't know. Sometimes I was like, bro, don't get worked up over this. Nothing's gonna come from this. They're doing this on purpose. It's literally a psyop. They're gaslighting on purpose. They're raised baiting you on purpose. So just chill. And I'm trying. I gotta go watch that pick up the mic, whatever they did for TPUSA. They got like 4 or 5 new people that are doing debates. Like Charlie, I gotta go try to find those videos, because this is nobody at the moment that I've seen is like Charlie. So I'm curious on how those kids did, especially if they're asked very tough questions. I was on a trip to Florida and we did a hello ride and flew right over Seaside, the little town where they filmed the Truman Show. I couldn't do anything but think about Charlie. Yeah, that's so tough. Yeah, that's the only person I think of too when I hear the Truman Show or anything like that. Or if I think of Charlie, I also think of the Truman Show, vice versa. Let's see. Maybe Charlie might have sent the kill switch to Candace. Who knows? Okay. Cool. Bet. Let me see if we hit our goal. $94. It's all good. I'll take it. In my mind, I was already thinking like 92. So we for sure hit my mental goal. So I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for listening again to another episode of the Daily Yappisode. I'm sorry. Do not forget to hit the like button, and especially if you're watching on a replay tomorrow. I appreciate you for watching the replay. I continue to forget about that completely. Sometimes I don't even go back to look at the comments because I completely forget that once tomorrow comes, the live is uploaded, and then there's like new people that watched it that weren't even in the live. So I'm still getting used to all of that too, the whole post-production stuff. So if you're watching this tomorrow on a replay, I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, again, hit the sub button. Don't forget to turn your notifications on so you can be notified when we go live throughout the week. Wednesday is the only day that is not happening. Outside of that, any day is up in the air. I try to put that live notification out early in the afternoon so that way you can be notified in plenty of time to get prepared for a Yappisode late at night. New baby coming. I'm trying to give everybody a heads up because that is going to be a weird time trying to figure out new routines. So got about 2 weeks left, I think is my guess. So bear with me because it's going to get crazy. I might have to switch up times here and there. I might be gone for multiple days. Who knows? Just trying to get used to everything. Y'all know how that goes. So just turn your notifications on. And today's what, Monday? Maybe tomorrow. Usually it's tomorrow. Don't know if anything will change. But outside of that, I hope you have a great night. I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday coming up. And I will see y'all on the next one.